Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, and I'm back breaking down a few more plays in the MLB for Tuesday night slate of games. We're going to start with the New York Mets going up against the Atlanta Braves, maybe one of the most important series of the season. And then we're going to look at another very important series between the Kansas City Royals and my Washington Nationals. Four more player props, the two best player props being towards the end of the video. Hope everybody enjoys their Tuesday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, here's a look at the recap from Monday night. Nothing has finished. We have Corbin Carroll under 1.5 bases going tonight against the Giants. We have Hayden Birdsong in that game, over 2.5 runs. Blue Jays and Boston are currently playing. I'm recording at the halftime of the Bills game. Last time I checked, Red Sox up 3-0 in the seventh inning. So Blue Jays got some work to do. I think it's 5 hits to 4 hits right now. So Blue Jays, or I guess Boston, not really getting a lot of hits, but they have 3 on the board. So Blue Jays got some work to do. We have the Mariners and the Astros under 7.5 runs. Nobody scored in the first 2 innings. And then Vladdy Jr., over 1.5 bases, has not recorded a hit. So I'm optimistic. The Blue Jays don't look too good right now, but we have a chance for the player props later on tonight. Here's a look at the leaderboard updated from Sunday, 87-65 after the All-Star break. Let's take a look at some games for Tuesday. Two big series we're going to look at. The first one, the monster series between the Mets and the Braves. The Phillies, they've wrapped up that division, so the Mets aren't fighting for the division title anymore. They're fighting to remain the last spot in the wild card for the playoff hunt. They're currently 2 games above the Atlanta Braves, who have really fallen off a cliff with all their injuries over the last month and a half. And this series is going to tell us a lot about who's going to make that last wild card spot. I think the Braves have to at least win 2 of these 3 games for them to have a shot, because there's only 6 games left. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I'm going to take the Mets here to make things very difficult for them. I'm going to take them on the money line as a play. I've talked about the Mets a lot over the last couple of weeks, and Jose Quintana, he's been so impressive for this team over the last month and a half. He is going to be back on the mound for them. He's actually been the best arm in baseball since late August. In his last 5 games, he's been able to go 6+ innings in 4 of the last 5 games, giving up no runs in 4 of those 5 games. His worst start over the last 5 was against the Chicago White Sox. He only gave up 1 earned run, which means he's only given up 1 total run in the last 5 games. Against the Phillies, Reds, and the Nationals over the last 3 games, he's gone 20 2/3 innings, giving up a total of 10 hits, no runs allowed, bringing his ERA down to 3.74. He is an absolute wagon right now, getting himself ready for the playoffs. I think he's going to shut down the Braves in this one. And it's going to be a veteran going up against a rookie. Spencer Schwellenbach is on the mound for the Braves. He's also been good this season. He's coming into this game with a 3.61 ERA and a 1.10 whip, only giving up 44 runs in the season, with this being his 20th start. He has been good, but I think with the way Jose Quintana has been pitching, it might just take 1 or 2 runs for the Mets to get this done. I'm going to take the Mets here, try to close the door on the Braves season. I'll take them on the money line as the play. For the player prop on the screen, I'm going to go with the big man, Pete Alonso, over 1.5 bases against the Braves. And I really like what I've been seeing out of Pete Alonso over the last couple weeks. It all started on Friday the 13th of this month in September. So just over the last 10 games for Pete, he has collected at least 1 hit in 8 of those 10 games. And he's also had 4 games having multiple hits, with 3 games having home runs. He's brought his batting average up from 238. It's now sitting at 246. And this is going to be a right-handed matchup where he has crushed all season long. 47 extra base hits, 25 home runs, 22 doubles. Spencer has been good on the year for the Braves, but I do think Pete Alonso is going to get himself a couple RBIs in this one, ripping a double with runners in scoring position. I'll take his over 1.5 bases as the play. Let's go over to the best play of the day. Another monster series here for the Kansas City Royals. They're going to be going up against my Nationals. The Royals, I thought they had everything wrapped up, making a playoff berth, but the Detroit Tigers, they've done the impossible. I think they've won 21 of the last 26 games. They're now in the 2nd spot for that wild card positioning. They have leapfrogged the Twins, and they leapfrogged the Kansas City Royals. They're now with the best odds to make the playoffs out of the 3 teams, and we only have 6 games left to battle it out. We have 3 teams fighting for 2 spots, and right now the Tigers and the Royals hold those spots. The Twins, though, they're just 1 game back, with the Royals and Tigers being tied. Tigers owning the playoff spot with the tiebreakers, but this is a monster series for the Royals. They have 3 games going up against the Washington Nationals, and these are 3 must-win games. They have to take this series if they want to make the playoffs. This is one of the worst teams of baseball. The Royals, luckily for them, they are also going to get Patrick Corbin in the rotation in one of these 3 games. I'm going to take them minus 1.5 on the run line. We have Mitchell Parker on the mound for the Nationals. He's been bad over the last 5 games. He's given up 3+ runs in 3 of the last 4 games, going up against the Mets, Pirates, and Cubs. And his only good start over the last 5 games was against the Marlins, giving up 2 runs that were not earned, because the Nationals make the most errors, I feel like, in the MLB this season. But he was able to go 6 in the 3rd inning in that game, going up against the Marlins. But other than that, he's been pitching poorly over the last month. For the Royals, it's going to be Cole Reagans, who is slipping just a little bit after the All-Star break, but he has found himself dialed back in over the last 3 games, going up against the Tigers, Yankees, and Twins. Over the last 3 games, he hasn't given up more than 4 hits in any of those games, and he's given up a combined 3 runs in those 3 games as well. He is now coming in with a 3.24 ERA and a 1.15 WHIP, and he is by far the better arm in this game. The Royals have the better bats in this game as well. One team is playing for nothing. One team's playing for everything. The Royals can't let this series slip away. I'm going to take the Royals here, minus 1.5 on the run line as the play. For the player props on the screen, we're going to take Bobby Witt Jr. over 1.5 bases. We need Bobby Witt Jr. to show up in this series for the Royals. Don't get me wrong, he's still been good for the Royals over the last several months, but over the last week, he hasn't really been playing like the MVP candidate that he is. He's coming into this game hitting .320, going up against left-handed pitching with 15 extra base hits, but he also hasn't had a lot of action going up against lefties, so that's why the extra base hits are down, only having 121 at-bats. He does have a slugging percentage over 500 going up against both left and right-handed pitching, and Mitchell Parker being on the mound, we should see the Royals have a lot of hits in this one. He has given up 5+ hits and stuff in the last 8 games that he's been in, so I do expect the Royals to be able to put up a lot of hits. I'll take Bobby Witt Jr. here over 1.5 bases as the play. Let's go over to the best player props. For the best batting prop today, we're looking at the Minnesota Twins going up against the Marlins. I've already talked about the Twins a little bit. They need to basically win out because the Tigers, they've been so hot recently. I don't see them losing a lot. And then the Royals, they have a matchup against the Nationals. So both those teams playing really good baseball. The Royals have lost 7 straight, but they're going up against one of the worst teams in baseball. So they're probably going to win. The Twins, they do kind of have to sweep this series against the Marlins to have a shot. I'm going to take Byron Buxton, the leadoff hitter here, over 1.5 bases going up against Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers is getting his second chance with the Marlins in the last 2 seasons. He was there in 2023, then was dealt to the Padres, then he was picked back up by the Marlins in 2024. I honestly don't know how this guy still has a job, but he has found a way to only have a 3.94 ERA this season, but he is coming off a really bad start going up against the Dodgers. In that game, he gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 home runs, and over the last 3 games, he has given up 8+ hits in 2 of those 3. Byron Buxton is coming into this game hot at the plate and leading off for the Twins. He's going to have to try to make things happen early so they can get an early lead and not let it go. He's coming into this game with a .270 batting average going up against right-handed pitching. If we take a look at the pitches that we're going to see in this game, we're going to get the fastball and the sweeper 61% of the time against the Heat this season. Byron Buxton has been really good. Batting average of .313 against the sweeper. It's his best pitch to hit .381 batting average. I'll take him to have a big game here against Ryan Weathers, over 1.5 bases as the play there. For the pitching prop tonight, we're going to look at the Mariners going up against the Astros. And yesterday I was mistaken. I guess the Seattle Mariners have made a really big run to try to get themselves into the postseason. I don't think they're mathematically eliminated. So they are still playing for something in this game. They're going to have one of their better arms on the mound, Logan Gilbert. And I'm going to take them under 2.5 runs going up against the Astros. I will set the Astros on this season. They've been really good hitting right-handed pitching. They are the second best team in baseball going up against right-handed pitching with a .261 batting average. So they are well above the average going up against right-handers. The one thing that I will say about the Houston Astros, though, is that they're very top-heavy, meaning that they have a lot of good hitters at the top of the order, not a whole lot of good hitters at the bottom of the order. A lot of teams are like that, but the problem with the Astros is the bottom of the order, I just don't think they're going to be able to hit people in this game. Logan Gilbert, he features a sinker, fastball, and cutter. The Houston Astros this season going up against the sinker, fastball, and cutter only have 3 total players with good batting average and run value going up against those 3 pitches. Kyle Tucker, Yordan Alvarez, and I guess I can throw in Jose Altuve in that category as well. Really, it's just Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez smashing those pitches. So I don't see the Astros having a lot of success against Logan Gilbert. I do think the top of the order is going to be able to find a way to get on base, but the bottom of the order, they've been bad this season hitting people in. So if Logan Gilbert can get past the top of the order, he should be smooth sailing in this game, even if they do get on base. I don't think the bottom of the order is going to be able to hit them in. I'll take Logan Gilbert here, under 2.5 runs going up against the Astros as the play. Let's go over to the recap graphic. We're going to be taking the Mets on the money line in that big series against the Braves. We have Pete Alonso over 1.5 base against the Braves. Bobby Witt over 1.5 base against the Nats. Royals minus 1.5 on the run line. Logan Gilbert under 2.5 runs against the Astros. Then Byron Buxton over 1.5 bases against Miami. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Tuesday, September 24th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.